All right, good morning. We are 7 days out. Finish line is in sight. I slept really good last night. It is Saturday, the 4th. I should know that. But I got up a little before 6:30 this morning. The plan today, got a rest day from the gym. Just do a little bit of cardio, do a little mock pose and meet this morning. And got up, like I said, around 6:30 this morning. That way I can go pose around, say, 9. That'll be about the time I step on stage this time next week. And get up, just have me a little breakfast. I got a surprise breakfast, show you what I'm having, carb up a little bit. And yeah, just gonna be practicing some posing, some cardio, and getting my meals in today, relaxing, keeping my stress levels low. I will say this last week has been nothing short of as perfect as I could ask for, and extremely thankful for that, and just really freaking excited. My energy levels are good this morning. Like I said, I slept great last night, and one more week of pushing. I'll show you what I got for breakfast after my weight. All right, some morning weight. Let's see what we got this morning. 230.6, lightest weight yet. So I got some great news this week. I emailed the NPC. Turns out my weight cap is in fact 239, not 232. So we're gonna make weight by a mile. I'll have a great week. I won't have to do a whole lot of restricting, thank God. Basically just maintaining what I got. The whole plan anyway was to be as lean as I'm going to be the week of the show, coming in peak week, so I wouldn't have to, freaking kill myself on the last week. I kind of relax, keep my body comfortable, and overall just bring the best look so I wouldn't be stressed out, have high cortisol levels, be retaining water, and that's what we've done. We're well under the weight limit. I won't weigh in until about 6 p.m. that Friday night, but being that I'm 9 pounds under the weight limit, I'll be able to eat, I'll be able to drink some water, and just have a good overall final week. But I'll show you what I got for breakfast. Be carving up a little bit. Got 6 pieces of bread. This bread is Arnold seeded keto, 50 calories a slice. So I get all of that right there for 300 calories. It's got, 5 times 6, 30 grams of protein and roughly 60 grams of carbohydrates. 8 out of every 10 is fiber. So 42 out of the 60 carbohydrates is from fiber alone. Your body does not digest fiber as the same as typical carbohydrate. Therefore, most of it won't even get stored as calories, so it couldn't be stored as fat. And fiber will actually make you fuller longer. But since I'm getting ready to go through my posing, just want to carb up a little bit, kind of make it like I said, like a little mock meat of what I'll have next Saturday. I'll actually have more carbohydrates next week and more simple carbs. But I'll also have this with a banana. Banana is going to add roughly, say, 24 grams of carbohydrates. That puts me at 84 if you count the fiber. And then I'm going to have 4 rice cakes. Each one of these is 12. 12 times 4 is 48. So roughly, I'm sitting at, 60, 84, about 100 and just a hair over 100 grams of carbohydrates. And then I'm going to have a third of this container of egg whites. So a third of 20 is, we'll call it 6.5. We'll just say 7 for even numbers. 7 times 5 is 35 grams of protein. 1 gram per rice cake, 4. So we'll call it 30. Now we're rounding up so we got even numbers. 40 grams of protein. 30, so 70 plus 5, 75 grams of protein, just a hair over 100 grams of carbohydrates. Sugar-free chocolate syrup, 10 calories per serving. I'll use about 3 servings of that, so you have 30 calories for that. 0 calorie sweetener. All in all, this breakfast is going to run me around, we'll call it 650 calories. Now it's going to be just a hair off. That is a rough estimate. And plus, you can never measure accurate macros whenever you're doing stuff like bananas and stuff unless you weigh them. Because if you look up how many calories in a banana, it's typically going to say around 120. Not every banana is the same size. And, obviously, not weighing out my syrup, so I may have 12 calories per serving versus, 15 calories per serving. Not everything's always going to be exact. I may use a hair more egg whites than I typically do. But roughly around 650 calories with a little over 75 grams of protein, a little over 100 grams of carbs. And again, most of those carbs come from fiber. But stuff like banana is going to be simple carbohydrates. It's going to spike my insulin, spike my blood sugar a little bit, and give me a little bit more of a pump going in. So fill those glycogen storages, give me a little more full and vascular look. 0 calorie pan spray. I've already sprayed this on the pan. So I always use 0 calorie cooking spray versus oils. Oils contain a lot of fats. Those calories add up very, very quickly. And then the only liquid I'm going to have before I go on stage will just be a little bit of pre-workout. This is 8 ounces with 1 scoop pre-workout. And that'll be my breakfast this morning. Gonna eat this down, let it digest for about an hour, and then I'll see you guys at posing. All right, guys, so this is the finished product here. And got my rice cakes, pre-workout. This isn't exactly what I would eat before my show. I wouldn't be eating as much protein, nowhere near as much protein the day of the show. And I'll actually cut that protein pretty much off after weigh-ins. The reason being is protein takes longer to digest, and I don't want anything on my stomach that's kind of making me full. But like I said, this is just a mock, and I still got a week to go. I don't want to keep my protein in anything less than a surplus right now, because I want to retain as much muscle as I can over the next week, being as I'll still be in a slight deficit, and I don't need to lose any weight. So yeah, having some protein, because like I said, I still want my energy levels to be good. So I got my carbohydrates up, but I got my protein up as well, so I stay fuller longer throughout the day. Fiber is another thing that I'll cut out next week before the show. This bread's got a bunch of fiber. Banana's got a little bit of fiber, but not nearly as much as 6 pieces of keto bread. But this is what I'm having for breakfast this morning, and I just want to show you guys the finished product. And I promise, especially when you're hungry, it is absolutely as good as it looks. So I'm cutting it here and I'm diving in. I am starving. All right, so I'm here at the gym on Saturday morning doing my little mock meet here. Starting off with the front relaxed, going into a quarter turn, followed by another quarter turn. We got one more coming up. And last one. Keeping the waist tight. Going into a front double bicep here. Followed by a side chest. I'm really focusing on getting my base set up. Keeping that chest tight. Opening up. Followed by a calf spike, double bicep. Going from here into a quad abdominal. Keeping that stomach, keeping that quad tight. And into your favorite classic poses. Got a little side bicep followed by an Arnold pose. And that is what we got for the mandatory poses. All right, guys, it is 2:01 p.m. and just woke up from a little mini nap. Got my third meal underway. Got my chicken, my asparagus, flavored water. Let's put it. All right, guys, so meal number 2. Got a big old yogurt parfait. Got 2.5 cups of Oikos 000 Greek yogurt, plain. So we're looking at about 300 calories from the yogurt, 50 calories from a cup of strawberries, 90 calories from a cup of blueberries, and 120 from a banana, and some asparagus. So all in all, we're looking at about 580 calories for this meal, about 55 grams of protein, about the same for carbohydrates as well. all whole foods, a lot of food volume, so keep me satiated for a good while. And yeah, about to dig in. I am starving. Tried to take me a little mini nap, but got some decent shut eye, but I wasn't able to fall really into a deep sleep. So hopefully this will do the trick. Take me a little nap a little later in the day. But posing went fantastic. I went through the mandatory poses about 8 times, and yeah, really happy with where I'm at. I think I look substantially better next week in my carb up. But even with that being said, I am very happy to say the least. So see you guys meal number 3, and Wolf. All right, guys, 5 p.m. Got my asparagus. Got my mushrooms finishing up here on the oven. Chicken. So we're looking at about 250 calories worth of chicken right here, about 50 grams of protein, another 50 from the asparagus, 80 for the mushrooms. So that's the 350, about 350 calories for this meal. And we're sitting around just a hair over 60 grams of protein. Carbohydrates, we're looking at maybe 10 grams, most of that being fiber. So yeah, cut my carbs pretty much after my fruit and yogurt bowl this morning. And the rest of the day, just a lot of protein. I'll probably eat one more time after this meal. And this is actually really freaking good. I'll show you how this looks right here. It's a whole can of mushrooms isn't but 80 calories. So don't sleep on mushrooms. Just dump that whole can on there. There we go. Chicken and mushrooms, asparagus. That's a lot of food for anywhere from 350 to 380 calories. Like I said, we got 60 grams of protein at least. I know that can of mushrooms got 6 grams. Chicken breast, we're looking at about 8 to 10 ounces, so about 50 grams there. And then what is in the asparagus, which is, not a whole lot, but a trivial little amount. We'll call it 5. So, about to dig in. All right, it is 7:30. Meal number 5. Asparagus, back with the chicken and mushrooms. Same meal. Got wild cherry flavor this time, though. Went blueberry last time. All right, so it's just past 9 o'clock. Meal number 6 of the day. Just finishing up with 2 servings of plain Greek yogurt, 2 servings of the sugar-free PB Fit, sitting at 52 calories, 52 grams of protein, 320 calories for that final meal. I'm gonna final weight. Fasted weight this morning was 230 pounds even. Before we go to bed, well, before this last meal, I should say, we were at 242 even. So after this last little bit of yogurt, about a pint of water, probably sitting about 243, which is 13 pounds up from our morning weight. And that will do it for 7 days out. 1 week to go, 6 days to go, really. So feel great. It's been a really good day. Hit some chest and biceps in the morning, start the week off with a deload. And feeling really good coming into this final week. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.